Good morning, everyone, and thank goodness it's Friday. I know many of you guys might still be in bed while you're listening to our program today, of course, if you're in Korea, because today is a national holiday here in South Korea called 현충일. So you'll see many flags fly at half-mast, and at 10 o'clock a.m., there will be 1-minute sirens going off, so don't freak out. It's just a ritual for the holiday. So if you're a foreigner visiting South Korea, it's a great chance to visit the War Memorial of Korea or the National Cemetery and DMZ. Also, since it's a long weekend, many tourist places will be quite busy, so watch out for that. The long lines, the roads might be packed. Be careful for that. But right now, we have the first song for our show. Hopefully, this will make your long weekend more enjoyable. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis with Thrift Shop. That was Macklemore and Ryan Lewis with Thrift Shop. And right now, you guys are tuning in to What's Poppin' with Brian Ju on TBS EFM 101.3 in Seoul and its surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju, and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, a few things I want to remind you guys. If you have an email, please send the email to efmpoppin@gmail.com with any questions or messages if you want. Also, if you're curious about a playlist, come check it out on our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/EFM/What's Poppin'. And if you haven't already, please follow us on Twitter and tweet us away at TBS What's Poppin'. Yes, it's time for another Friday Today's Pick, and we're going to be talking about remembering the past. And it got me thinking about how easily sometimes we forget about the important things in our lives. Now, we live in a very busy and complicated lifestyle. Sometimes we lose things easily and forget what we have planned or promised to do. So, why don't we talk about how to remember things and remember stuff that's going on in our lives? Now, some people are more forgetful than others, and in Korea, people call the symptom for forgetfulness 건만증. Yes, and in English it's called this is hard to pronounce, anterograde amnesia. Yes, which is the inability to transfer new information from the short-term store into the long-term store. Now, people with this type of amnesia cannot remember things for long periods of time. For example, you just called your friend a few minutes ago, but you forgot. Or you forget where you put your keys a few minutes ago. I do that sometimes. I'm not going to lie, but I don't think I have amnesia. It just happens once in a while. And instead of explaining why we're having difficulties with short-term memory, let's talk about how to improve our memory. Number one, pay attention. Now, you can't remember something if you never learned it. And you can't learn something if you don't pay enough attention to it and let your brain encode the information properly. Now, these days, there are many things that can distract your brain constantly, especially, yes, your smartphones. Y'all guessed it. All the younger kids, all the older people, you're on your phones. And if you're on your phone, sometimes you might even walk into a wall, so be careful. Don't let that distract you. Number two, involve as many senses as possible. Try to relate information to colors, textures, smells, and taste. Now, the physical act of rewriting information can help imprint it into your brain. Number three, if you have to, rehearse information that you've already learned. Now, review what you've learned the same day that you learn it and at all intervals thereafter. It'll help you guys out. So, if you're supposed to buy a movie ticket for your parents or supposed to call them, do a quick rehearsal. Maybe, pick up the phone and act like you're talking to your parents. Jot things down on a notepad so you don't forget it. And number four, don't get too stressed about having a hard time remembering. A lot of people do that. They stress out. So don't stress out. It makes things worse if you stress out. Many people blame themselves and they worry too much that they have amnesia. But that won't help you guys remember things anyway, so don't bother doing that. So, we have a great song for you guys, for everybody who has trouble remembering things. This is Shakira featuring Rihanna with Can't Remember to Forget You. That was Shakira and Rihanna singing Can't Remember to Forget You. Now, Shakira has a very unique and distinctive voice, and she is a Colombian singer-songwriter, and her best-known songs are, or her best-known song, actually, in Korea is Whenever, Wherever. Now, it was released back in 2001 as the first and lead single from her first English album. And the song we played for you guys, Can't Remember to Forget You, is off of her 10th studio album, and she self-titled it. Now, the next artist that we're going to move on to is one of our favorite musicians here at What's Poppin', and we're talking about Mr. Eric Benet. Now, he debuted in 1996 with Truce to Myself. There you go. I was going to say Truce to My Heart for some reason. And that album was, of course, a very big hit for him. And Eric's career has spanned over 2 decades already. That's a long career. Yes, I've only done it for 15 years, but 20 years? Wow. Anyways, he's back with the release of his new album, The Other One, after his 6th studio album, of course. Now, this new album was released last Tuesday on June 3rd, and The Other One album is a revisit of his 2012 hit, The One. Now, it has already got positive reviews, of course, because it's Eric Benet. And if you're an Eric Benet fan, check out his new album soon if you don't have it already. We have all the best for him with his new album. And for now, we want to play one of the upbeat tracks from his 5th album. The song is called Good Life off the Lost in Time album featuring Lettucey. That was Eric Benet and Lettucey singing Good Life. What a great song to uplift your Friday. It's like the perfect Friday start song. Now, Eric Benet was here in South Korea for Seoul Jazz Festival back in May, and he gave such a wonderful performance and wowed everyone at the festival that, you know, everybody's eager for him to come back already. Now, he's such a talented singer, but did you know that he actually is an actor as well? Along with his music career, Benet has been active in Hollywood with reoccurring roles on television programs like For Your Love, which is a TV series that aired in 1998 to 2002. Then he made his film debut alongside Mariah Carey in the film that came out in 2001 called Glitter. Now, in 2011, he was in a film as a lead in Trinity Goodheart. So if you're an Eric Benet's fan, go check out these films. Moving on, we got the next artist who's also a fantastic singer who knows how to groove just as well as Eric Benet can. And we're talking about Chrisette Michele. Now, she's an R&B soul singer-songwriter, and she won a Grammy for Best Urban Alternative Performance back in 2009 for her song, Be Okay. Now, she's a jazz-influenced vocalist born in 1982, and she developed her pipes through singing gospel music. Amen to that. First performing for a congregation at age 4, she wound up studying vocal and jazz performance at college. And when she began doing gigs at local venues, it was mainly for small audiences at open mic nights or for auditions. However, shortly thereafter, neo-soul singer India Arie spotted her at one of the underground clubs and asked Chrisette to be her opening act. And also, guess who else asked her? Angie Stone. And at that same club, she was also discovered by recording representatives, who were blown away by her vocal abilities. Now, right there, she got a record deal, and she started her career by featuring on several hip-hop albums with Jay-Z and Kanye West. And the song we're going to play for you guys right now is off of a sensational debut album called I Am. And on the making of this album, she got great support from Babyface, will.i.am, John Legend, and the list goes on. Now, I Am debuted at number 29 on the U.S. Billboard 200, selling about 26,000 copies in its first week. Despite of lack of promotion, the album has thus far managed to sell over 400,000 units in the U.S. as of late February 2009. And the song we're going to play for you guys right now, it's called Let's Rock, and it will make you guys feel like dancing on this wonderful Friday morning. Check it out. Welcome back to the second half of What's Poppin'. And y'all know today is Friday, so my favorite guest of all, it will be here shortly, Punita, for her studio segment, Say What? She's gonna bring you guys some hot news, 'cause it's getting hot on her in the music scene. But for now, a word from our sponsors. I'm in the studio with my girl Ponita. Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
I just did.
We're trying to make a logo song, girl.
No, it's not gonna work.
Let's come up with some cool.
We are already cool, if you have not noticed.
For a logo track.
Okay.
So we can play it in the background.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Punita, say what? You know, something. Some jingle.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
We'll work on that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, there were so many... have you heard of the news that's going on lately? Have you heard of Rihanna's very spectacular, very revealing dress that she wore?
I was too busy, actually.
She wore a very revealing dress. I had a busy week. Did you?
Speaking of my week, before we get into news, I just wanted to ask you, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Great.
For asking. How are you?
Awesome. I feel great, and I feel very, very motivated.
Oh, wow.
Because of you. Because you're always with your mother, and she's outside watching us now.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. I'm excited for your mother to come.
My mom came in on Wednesday.
Oh, she came in already?
She flew in on Wednesday, and right now my mom is probably sleeping.
She's probably
because
sleeping.
of jet lag. Yeah,
Yes.
flew in from New Jersey. But enough about mothers. We're on Say What right now.
Yes. And we're going to talk about Miley Cyrus.
Why are we going to talk about Miley Cyrus
Now,
again?
you think I'm going to talk about her tongue or twerking?
Or her being the female version of Justin Bieber.
Or something like that.
Or the same person.
Yeah, I don't know, without her
I don't know.
makeup. But she was robbed.
What?
And they stole her dog. That was like the
Okay, hold
worst
on.
thing to do.
Cars, money, okay, we can make that. But a dog,
It was
that's
a puppy.
an emotional thing.
She just got it too.
Anyways, on
on May 30th, 2014, Miley Cyrus was overseas on a tour. Miley Cyrus. Did I say Miley? Did I say Wiley?
You sound like Wiley.
I'm so sorry.
You're so sorry, but I love you.
It's all lies.
All lies.
Her house was robbed with jewelry and her very expensive luxury vehicle that was about $102,500.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's
Now-
it's the M brand.
Yes, it
That's
is.
known for their sports cars, of course.
Now, this is the second time the Cyrus house has been broken into. The first time was last year, in November 2013. And last week, her $100,000 car was found by police a day after the home burglary. Now, this is the second time.
It was found.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is the second time in 7 months. And Miley Cyrus was targeted in a home burglary. Now, the police have confirmed that 2 thieves hopped the fence of her Los Angeles residence and ran off with her 2014 high-end sports car and some jewelry. The police officers have found the pop star's vehicle and are currently dusting for prints, but many people wonder how much money this 21-year-old singer is making before they felt bad for the breaking, which is true. Now, from working on Hannah Montana, Cyrus was paid $15,000 per episode, which made her the 6th highest paid child star on television, behind Dylan and Cole Sprouse and Keke Palmer, with $20,000 for their shows. You don't know who Dylan and Cole Sprouse are? They're twins.
Thank you for that look you just gave me.
You're welcome. Now,
You gave me that pabble. How you not know them?
You stupid.
You stupid. You don't know no Dylan or Dylan. I said Dylan. I know Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
Now, at age 17, she was named number 19 on the top 20 world's richest female singers of all time, with over $100 million in earnings in 5 years, which made her the youngest female artist on the list.
Man, what would I do with $100 million? I wouldn't be up in here.
Exactly. And also, in 2011, she was named number 1 on the top 10 richest teens in Hollywood with $120 million.
$120 million?
So,
What would you do with $120 million?
I don't know. I think
Well,
I would
actually,
invest it.
I'm going to be honest. I would actually donate half of that to a charity or a church.
You would do exactly half?
For good, exactly half. Then, help out my parents, my family.
Sure.
And then maybe buy myself a little cheap car. Some hybrid.
Some cheap.
Some energy efficient car to save the planet.
But then I've heard those energy efficient cars, their batteries are actually not good for the environment.
Nothing's good for environment, man.
I know.
Shampoo's bad.
Everything
bad.
causes cancer. We're all gonna
Everything's
die.
wrecking havoc in the world.
Exactly.
And that's the song we have set up for you right now. Miley Cyrus, Wrecking Ball. That was a naked girl on a wrecking ball flying around.
I love that song.
That video threw me off guard. I was like, you say something. And she's all crying with the little sledgehammer and she's licking it.
I know. That was weird. That was weird.
That's my one question to Miley. I feel bad that you're robbed. I hope you get all your money on your jewelry and all your cars back and everything. But why did you decide to lick a sledgehammer in your music video?
Have you ever licked like keys or metal things? Doesn't it kind of tingle
When
your
I was younger,
teeth?
of course, out of curiosity, like you put like your keys like on the tip of your tongue. You're like,
It's like,
ew.
yeah, exactly. It's like that times 100 because it's a sledgehammer. Wouldn't it be?
I don't know. Maybe a sledgehammer is made with different materials.
Could be.
Maybe. Or maybe that was a fake sledgehammer made out of ice cream.
I want a piece of that.
Just because of ice cream? Anyways, enough about Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball. We're moving on to an artist named
Sixto Rodriguez.
Sixto Rodriguez.
Or AKA Sugar Man. For those of you who don't know, he's an American folk musician from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
He was born in July 10th, 1942.
Holy!
And he was recently...
Wait, how old is that?
He is...
70-something.
Yeah, 72. Or 70, like 4
4.
in Korean age.
Anyways.
Now, he recently rose to fame after a film called Searching for Sugar Man. Now, this film started to find out whether the rumored death of American musician Sixto Rodriguez was true, and if not, to discover what became of him. Now, apparently, long ago, people just thought he was dead because he wasn't, making music or anything. So they're like, what happened to him? Exactly.
Rodriguez Sisto, or Sisto Rodriguez.
Sixto.
Passed away. Okay, so that's what they thought.
That's what they thought. So some film director wanted to find out what happened to him, if he's alive or if he's not. What exactly happened. So Rodriguez's music, which never really took off in the United States, had been wildly popular in South Africa, but little was known about him there. Now, in the early 1970s, his career initially had short-lived with only 2 Little Sold albums and 2 Australian concert tours. Then his work became extremely successful and influential in South Africa and continued to retain a loyal following in Australia.
Really?
Yes, really. Now, the rumors say at one time he was arguably more famous than Elvis Presley.
Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
But in South Africa. And his music was compared such as Bob Dylan's. And the interesting part is he had no idea he was a legend there until a group of fans found him on the internet and then brought him to the country for a series of triumphant concerts.
Wow.
Now, the film alleges that Rodriguez may have been cheated out of the royalties over the year because he never knew that he was famous in South Africa. This matter is still under investigation and the legal issues are very complicated. But Searching for the Sugar Man had changed everything because it brought Rodriguez to a previously unfathomable level of success. He was playing at the 190-seat capacity.
You can speak once you learn how to read.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Rewind.
He was playing at the 190-seat capacity Joe's pub in New York before the film.
Hey, Panita.
Yes?
Is life okay for you these days?
It's very difficult.
You lived in Korea too long.
Too long.
Your English reading skill very, very down.
I'm sorry.
You need to take a TOEFL test again.
I do. Take my SATs, TOEFL.
Alrighty. Yes, Joe's Pub in New York City. Yes.
After the film, his concert plays got bigger and bigger, and his gig at Radio City Music Hall now seats 6,000 people, and we're sold out in 1 minute. In 60 seconds. Now, recently, he just finished his gig down in LA, and he was just booked at Brooklyn's 18,000-seat Barclays Center in New York. So
now, my curious thing is, he's like 70-something years old.
Yeah.
What's he do? He just sits there and sings all day? He can't dance.
No, he's the guitarist also.
Okay.
Right? I'm pretty sure.
He's a musician, yeah.
Yes, he's a musician.
But no offense, but I saw Santana a long time ago in concert.
Oh, no way!
And I was like, yay! And then toward the end of the concert, I fell asleep.
No.
Because he just stands there and plays the guitar the whole time for 2 hours.
Yes. It
gets a little boring.
Have you seen Lost Lonely Boys? They sometimes do joint concerts, Lost Lonely Boys and Santana, which is the best concert to go to. I've never been, but I've seen them online.
You said it like you had experience. Like, it's the best concert to go to, but I've never been there.
I've seen it, the videos, so it looks like it's the best.
You need to go to a therapist.
Yes.
Anyways, we're going to play a song for you guys right now from Sixto Rodriguez, and the song is called
Sugar Man.
Yeah. That was Rodriguez, Sixto Rodriguez to be exact. And the song was called Sugar Man. Yes.
Yeah.
What you think about the song? To be honest, it's the first time I ever heard the song.
Me too. I've heard of him, but I never heard of his music.
I thought he was a rapper. Because when you said Sixto Rodriguez, I was thinking Cisco.
Like...
You know, that thong song, Cisco. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but he's not 70 years old, Sixto Rodriguez.
All right, anyways.
We're
moving on to another classic hip-hop artist.
Last but not least, it is D.O.G.
Snoop Dogg.
And Psy.
Snoop Dogg, and who else? I see the name on the paper.
It's P.S.Y. Psy. Psy.
Snoop Dogg and Gangnam Style.
Yes, now we know how big Gangnam Style was when it was released with the hilarious music video followed by Gentleman. Well, just to give you a little info, Gangnam Style is the 18th K-pop single by Psy.
Okay.
The song was released in July 2012. Wow, 2 years ago.
And it's still being played everywhere.
I know. The lead single of his 6th studio album, Psy 6 Rules, Part 1, and debuted at #1 in Korea with the hilarious music video, the funny dance moves, and it became an online sensation right away.
It blew up.
Now, to come up with the particular dance move, he had to test a variety, cheesy, animal-inspired dance move with his choreographer, including like a panda, kangaroo moves, and then he settled for the horse house.
You really need to learn how to read some English, girl.
Sorry. Settling for the horse dance. Now, on December 21st, 2012, Gangnam Style became the first YouTube video to reach 1 billion views.
Dang it.
And then last Friday, Gangnam Style officially became the first music video in YouTube's history to hit 2 billion plays after surpassing Justin Bieber's single Baby. And now...
Wow.
Exactly.
You crushed Bieber.
Well, everybody can crush Bieber. I was surprised that Bieber crushed MJ.
Oh my gosh. MJ should not be crushed.
Exactly. But now everyone is curious about what Psy is up to these days. And, you know, I don't know what's going on.
A little information on Psy. Guess what?
What?
Recently, when we're getting ready for our comeback, we rented a van to drive around in. And guess whose van used to be?
What?
It used to be Psy's van.
No way!
Yes, we used to rock Psy's van.
Hopefully it'll be like good luck for you then.
Hopefully. But right now, because of time, we got to play a song by Snoop D-O-double-G, or what's his new name?
Snoop Lion.
There you go. And the song is called We Just Want to Party With You.
That's all.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg. Or Snoop Lion, of course.
Snoop Lion.
But guess what, y'all?
What?
It's time to wrap up our show.
Already?
But before we go, we have to get that information. The reason why we're talking about Psy and Snoop Dogg is guess what they doing?
They're doing a collaboration with their new single. I forgot what it's called. What is it called again?
You know the single already?
Yeah. It's called, I follow him on SNS.
Oh.
And I'm like...
It's called Hangover.
That's right.
There you go. I have all the information.
You do.
I'm like the information guy.
Now, the single is coming out this Sunday, so watch out.
Yeah, watch out, y'all. And also, we want to give you an announcement. Guess what we're doing on Monday?
What we doing on Monday?
We got an open studio at Quachon Foreign Language High School.
Show.
What time should everybody be there?
3:40
p.m. Me and Punita, and we got special guests.
Yep.
Who?
We got Eric Nam.
And
we got Megan Lee.
Yes!
Show.
Woo! But not today. That's on Monday. Anyways, we got the last song for our show.
Yep.
Who's the last singer for our show?
It is Vasquez Sounds with Rolling in the Deep.
And on behalf of Brian and Punita, we're going to sign off, right?
Yeah.
All right, this is Brian Jew and
Punita Bajaj.
Signing off. Peace.